What it do, what it is, what it ain't. Thanks for listening to the latest episode of the Get Right Podcast. Don't forget to follow and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify to get notifications of new content. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you dig? Cue the music. Yo, what it do, what it is, what it ain't. It's your boy T. It's the Get Right Podcast, man. We are back. Cause I say we, cause I'm never rolling solo, man. I got the homie with me, the Brain Trust, straight up north, Detroit. What's them 3 words, bro?
What up, though?
Yes, sir. And the people they love to hate to love. The Trigger Man. See him in the Patriot games.
It's your boy DC in the place to be. Shout out to my 80s babies. Let's go.
Let's get it, bro. DC, you be in the gym at 4, 5 in the morning. You know, we all on the Apple team, bro. You know what I'm saying? Team Apple. We got the watches, all that. We see what we doing, bro. You and wifey getting training for the Patriot games, bro? There's a man and women from every state.
Right. The
they
Patriot
up at 4:30.
The Patriot Hunger Games. Yeah, you never know, man. Stay ready. Ain't got to get ready, bro.
All day. I mean, I'm with you, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'll be going on the long walks on the weekend, go put some running, but I'm like, oh, I guess it's real next year in the field, bro.
Man, want to talk about everything but the Epstein files. This man released black pages, you know, because they're supposed to drop the docs or the files like Friday or something. This man dropped just black pages in black. Bro, you over here just wasting toner. Just say you ain't got it.
Oh, he got it. He's just like, he ain't put it out.
They dropped a half picture.
Right.
My man say he wasted toner.
They dropped a half picture with Michael Jackson and Bill Clinton and said this was from the Epstein. Somebody, you know, the internet can find anything. They pulled up the full pictures like, nah, this was for this. And they have both Michael Jackson's kids in there, and they had Diana Ross and my man from ATL, her son. Whatever her son name is.
Yeah, it was like an award show or something like that. Somewhere in public.
Somewhere very public.
That part right there.
Yeah.
That part, bro.
That's why you can't believe everything you see.
Man, the zoom in photos and then they expand. You know what I'm saying? I guess he tried to pull a Kendrick. He tried to pull a K-Dot with the glove. And then it zoomed out to everything else. To this day. So, man, speaking of to this day, man, shout out Deontay Wilder, bro. You know, Jake Paul said he gonna sue him, but we'll jump to the boxing. I use Deontay Wilder to segue to Jake Paul because we all saw that fight with Anthony Joshua. Stage rig, how y'all feeling, man? I mean, his jaw got broke. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was staged. I think this is where he
not staged.
I think this is where he was at. Yeah, I think
nobody
this is where
their jaw broke for shits and giggles.
He could box.
He can box. He can box better than the average. Yeah, he took it. He wasn't out cold. He wasn't out cold. He got up. So I'll give him that. Like, I'm probably not getting up from a breaking jaw. I'm going to sit there for a minute, but he got up. He even made faces. Probably was the cocaine or the CTE, whatever he has, but
cocaine.
Can't be the adrenaline. Let's go straight to drugs.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's a hell of a drug. It's a hell of a drug.
Go straight to Schedule 1.
Yeah. You know, I think it was partly, you know, part of it is definitely staged to get him to a certain point, but you can tell Joshua took it easy on him. AJ took it very easy on him. He still wanted to knock him out, but that's all he wanted to do. He didn't want to sit there because he could have got him out of there. Shout out to Jake for having a plan of running. But
that part, bro,
with that
was running
with that weight, bro, and he's not used to full fights. I know this wasn't a full sanctioned, 3-round, 12-round, 3-minute fight, but still, those 3 minutes are 3 minutes, and when you have to run that much at a heavier weight than he's typically at, Yeah, he was gassed by like mid.
4th.
Yeah.
Before that, I say
Think
mid
so?
second, third, because he
Woo.
started holding and grabbing cheeks when he was about second round. Yeah,
Hey, yo.
yeah. So
He
yeah,
was though.
that was about second, mid second, maybe third.
Yeah, I would
So
say
he was
3rd,
gas.
probably 3rd, you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
definitely was on his knees. He was
he
boys
was
to
gas,
man.
bro.
He was boys to man every 10 seconds on bended knee, like, going crazy.
And
To
that's
the and shout out to ref. Shout out to ref, because in the 3rd round, he called that out. Like, "Bro, ain't nobody paid to see this."
that's a
Yeah.
recipe for somebody to get hurt though. Like he could have seriously got himself killed in there. So shout out to Joshua for not killing him, because again, it could have been a lot worse, bro. This is why I say you can't play boxing, and Jake can box, right? But he can box celebrities and
It's a
old
levels
washed up
to it.
dudes, you
Yeah,
know what
it's
I mean?
levels. It's
And,
levels.
and there's also the whole stage thing, because like Mike Tyson was for sure staged, but he couldn't keep his hands up, bro. And hand down, man down, Mark Jackson tell you that.
Yep.
Bro,
Mark Jackson said it.
that is a recipe to get yourself killed in that ring, bro. So again, shout out Joshua for keeping it on the chin. Um, if he hit him somewhere else, who knows? Because it was clean. You even see AJ smiling because he knew. He was like,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is too funny." But watch this.
Yeah. It's never this easy. Look at all
Yeah.
that jaw just looking at bruh. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. It was the shot heard around the world. I think it was the shot everybody wanted to see.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
feel like we got our money's worth. Um, I do think that, to your point, I do think that that Joshua carried the fight for sure. I do believe there was probably some sort of clause or incentive for him not to stop the fight too early. Like, hey, it had to go at least 5 rounds or at least 4 rounds, something along those lines.
Yeah, get out of 4. Gotta get out of 4.
Yeah,
Because he gave him
yeah,
one in the 4th round, and I was like, "Yeah, this is probably it, bruh. Night night Irene." But
yeah,
he stood up, we got a little count, and then the 5th round, of course, he took another one, and then, of course, like, right, he was grabbing cheeks. The whole 5th round, after he took that one, he was like, "Alright, I'm hurt," because he was hurt. You can tell when he hit him that one time and he bounced off the rope. I was like, "Yeah, this is about to
yeah,
be an alley oop." He started running.
yeah,
He started running at them last 30 seconds in that 5th round. He was running. He was trying, bro. And yeah, he was
yeah,
gassed. That cardio was not there, bro. And in boxing, you can't be breathing through your mouth like that. You gotta be breathing through your nose. And you can tell his mouth was just wide open, pause, and just yeah, bro. He was done for. That cardio was there. He said it though. He's like, yeah, he got me, bro. He's like, my cardio was bad. Yeah, I mean, that's what happens though. Literally, he was square dancing round 1 and 2. He was square
yeah.
dancing.
I
I know
didn't think
y'all.
I didn't think they
Mm,
were actually going to fight, man. Like I didn't think it was going to go through. I was like, "There's no way they're going to fight," because it's no way. Like AJ is a former world champion, heavyweight champion.
Yeah,
right.
Like he didn't beat a
like him or not,
Klitschko. He didn't beat uh some of the best. You know what I mean? Heavyweights. Andy Ruiz is no
yeah, no
slouch.
slouch. Yeah,
He's actually been doing good until his last fight, the Dubois fight. I was starting to give AJ some credit, but
man.
yeah, that's definitely he's definitely got better over the years now that he's been fighting more people. But I think when I saw his name in Jake, I'm like, there's no way they're gonna fight because he's gonna kill this man. But they actually did it. So
Yeah,
shout out
AJ
to
had a
him.
little 15-month break. I think some of his fights he's been getting better, but even when he called out Fury at the end, I'm like, that's a little too late, bro. You was dodging that for about 5 years.
Who else he gonna
Yeah,
fight though?
Yeah, and he dodged the
Yeah.
top 2 guys though for like 5, 6 years, bro. That was Wilder
yeah.
and
Tyson.
Fury.
Hmm.
He's ducking them, bro.
Well,
Everybody wanted those.
he,
Everybody
he,
wanted that.
he didn't want to leave out of
England.
he didn't want to leave
So
out of England. So I think
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. And the money's on the
I don't know.
table. Like he was dancing, bro.
Yeah, I
AJ
think
I
was
he was
dancing
ducking
with
that
with
smoke.
the big dogs. He was
I
dancing
think
with
he was
it.
ducking that smoke.
I
He
still
ducking that
watch it.
smoke, bro. I think if Fury come out of retirement and want to do it, cool. But I don't know, bro. I think it's just a little too
The
late.
luster is gone, man. I mean,
Yeah.
especially after you seen how Fury. Um, God, dog, I just had a brain feast. Old boy went out towards the end of his career. Um,
Wilder.
Wilder, yeah, I
Yeah.
had a brain freeze. Appreciate you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, seeing how he went out on the tail end. I just think that even if his name is on the fight card, I don't think it's gonna have the same draw.
Mhm.
I just
Yeah.
don't.
I agree. This is
Yeah, the
not the
only way
same,
I
bro.
see it being a draw is if he fought Jake Paul. I could see people because they're like, oh, okay, Waller's not who he used to be, but we would like to see Jake Paul get destroyed again. So, maybe that fight. But as far
Most
as
money be the most money he made in his career.
it would, because I think Joshua got 100 pounds, 100 million pounds, not
Yeah.
dollars,
Yeah, he
which is more
did.
than $100 million.
Yes, sir.
The easiest money he made in his ever, probably
Right,
ever.
right.
Shit, Jake Paul got 92 million for that, bro. I might get my
That's
job broke for
crazy.
92 million.
I would
Yeah,
wire it shut.
100%.
I'll be all right.
Make a song. Yeah, make a song about it, bro.
Right.
92 million? Yeah, I take that hit. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Yep.
mean, it was cool. Like I said, we can agree, man. Yeah, bro. Jake can box. You know what I'm saying? But there's levels. You're not ready for that yet. You know what I'm saying? I know.
You
Who
say
did he say
yet. You think he's ever gonna be ready for that?
he has to
No.
really seriously train, bro, and have to fight other professional fighters, not celebrity guys, not former MMA, like
Where's the
straight
money
up
in that?
professional.
There's no money in that, yeah.
I'm just saying, if he wants to be that, whoever,
I don't
that's
think
what
he
they got to
Well, he
wants to
do.
don't
be
want to
that.
be. We know he
Yeah.
don't want to be.
He's getting paid way more doing what he's doing than he
Mhm.
would as a
Yeah.
professional boxer.
So he said he gonna take a break though, and so that's cool.
He kind of has to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had no choice, but yeah, he gonna take
Right.
a break. He gonna
Doctor's orders,
chill,
my guy.
man, and all that. But yeah, man, he
That
not.
man eating through a straw for Christmas, bro. No Christmas turkey, none of that.
It's all good. It is what it is, man. But and keeping it boxing before we segue off, bro. Shout out Bud Crawford. He retiring, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yep.
him, bro.
Bud's out of
He
there.
leaving on a high note. A lot of people on Twitter, bro, all talking about, oh, he ducking the Canelo rematch. He ducking it, bro. He did what he
Who
was
said
supposed to
that?
do.
You said who said
I ain't
that?
never heard that one
It's
either.
Twitter. It's Twitter. It's Twitter, bro. And more than likely,
Didn't
these
see
are
that one.
Canelo fans. But bro, he moved in there, except heavyweight. He done moved up to so many weight classes, bro, and gave people that work. What else he got? What to quote Jay-Z, man, what more can he say, bro?
My
Like,
question is, do we
he's
think
good.
he's really retired? Boxers retire all the time. So do we think he's really done? Or is he just
Yep.
chilling? I mean, because he just went back and forth with the WBC over the belt by not paying
Yeah.
whatever
That's
belt
what's
fees
prompted
or
it for
something like
sure.
that.
That's what prompted it, bro, because now they trying to up the price on him, though. That's some bull. That's some bull. And why he got to do
Well,
this anymore, bro? Y'all can have all these belts back, bro. Because
he
y'all
just
all said I never could earn them. So
well,
take
he
it
just
back.
made life-changing money thanks to the turkey on that Canelo fight. So I think he is done. Cause I mean, at this point, what else does he have to do? Like what
Nothing.
else
Yeah.
would he need to do? There's nobody else really to fight at this point.
Well, I would say consider this.
Everybody.
When Floyd fought Manny made life-changing money and he kept fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
Manny is
No, that was
different
different,
though.
though, because he's investing in the Philippines. He's doing that to invest in the Philippines. He made that clear. So that's
Manny just
different.
like the Manny just like the fight.
And
I don't think he'd
I ain't
do
gonna say
anything
probably. If
else.
you've been fighting that long, you gotta love it. But yeah, he's been investing a lot of his earnings into the Philippines, though.
hmm.
So that's that
Okay.
too. You know what I'm
I
saying? Because
think
he's in. I think he's the president, the governor, something. Like, yeah,
He's a politician.
he's a sitting official, bro. So like, he's investing back into it. And shout out to him for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because you are putting your life on the line. But yeah, it's nothing else, bro. Bud, man, shout out Bud, bro. I like when Rod texted me that. I was like, bro, I couldn't be more proud of him, bro. Like, we left on a high note, bro. I could be more happier for him, bro. So
and he seems to be smart with his money. Like the only reason Floyd still does exhibitions is because Floyd still try to live a certain lifestyle. I'm surprised Floyd. Well, he did fight Jake Paul. No, he fought Logan Paul.
he fought Logan.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Well, so you think Floyd needs the money or he just likes being the center of attention?
For sure, he needs the money,
The latter. I don't think he need the money no more, Rod.
That's what I think too.
bro.
I think it's the center of attention, bro. Because when
Bro,
we don't talk about Floyd don't bring in more money. I think he's good with where he is, especially his name's on the promotions of fights and all that, Mayweather promotions and all that stuff. I think he
y'all
bringing
don't
in the
see how
money.
Floyd live, bro. Floyd
But
is.
yeah, I mean,
They've said that Floyd is terrible with money.
who said that?
Who said that?
Fifth.
a bunch of people. Fifth was
Uh,
one of them, but
I
no, it
mean,
was
5th was
more
super
than just
close.
50. And I can tell he's bad with money when you buy 7 Rolls Royces, allegedly. He showed 7. 7 Rolls Royces all the same color just for a different day. Like, mm, that's terrible. That's terrible with money.
Yes, it is, bro.
Yeah. Maybe they were just, leases or rentals, you know what I'm saying? You
I hope so.
just that's, stunt for the gram, send them back. I don't know. I don't know, I would like to think that I'm not gonna sit there and say that the man's a financial guru or anything, but when you're talking about somebody who's made hundreds of millions of dollars, I would like to think he's not just blowing through hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, that's just
One would hope.
yeah. I mean, you'd have to like. I don't think people understand how much money $100 million is. Like, I think sometimes we watch the news or we're on social media and we see these huge deals. This person signed this, like Charlemagne, for
Shout
example.
out. Yep. Shout out.
Yeah,
Shout
shout
out.
out Charlemagne. He just signed a $200 million deal with for something, a podcast or something like that. And granted, he's not pocketing all of that because usually the way those deals work is the company says, "Hey, we're going to give you this 200 million. You produce something for us." So if it costs him 190 million to produce it, for example, he only made 10 million. Now, granted, it's not going to cost him that much, but so anyway, I just know that that's not like all just cash going in his pocket. He has to invest that into the business and return on whatever he promised. But still, going back to Floyd and people like that. I mean, that's an insane amount of money to 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 blow through, bro. Like, I just can't imagine. Um, I mean, $1 million is a lot of money. And people try to act like, "Oh, million's not a lot anymore." Is it the same as 1995 million? No, but $1 million is still a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? You can go broke off a million. I'm not saying you can't, but if a million is a lot of money, 100 million is a shit ton of money.
And he got that
You
a
know?
couple times
Yeah,
with fights.
couple
So
times. Because
it
the
was
Manny fight, the fight with the dude was headbutting him. I can't think of his name. I think that was a big money fight for him.
dang, I can't
Vic,
remember his name.
Victor
Because
Ortiz.
he
Yeah,
is like one of
Ortiz,
the few.
yeah, Victor Ortiz. And then
Yeah.
they kept touching gloves and then that last he ain't touch gloves with him.
No, 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 not that one. There's another one. The one he fought real dirty, and actually Floyd gave him a rematch, and he beat the snot out of him. I can't think of it. Think it was after the Canelo fight, and he's like, "I'm gonna beat Floyd 'cause I'm not gonna show me any respect," and da 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 da. And I can't
Mm,
think of his name. If I saw him, I
it
would.
wasn't Maradona. It wasn't Maradona.
It might have been. That sounds a little bit familiar. You said Maidana?
Yeah, I don't think it was him.
Yeah, yeah, him.
It was?
Yeah, I wanna
Yeah.
say that was yeah, I'm looking at the picture, yeah, I think that was a pretty big,
Oh, yeah, I remember
payday
that
if I'm not
because
mistaken.
he was calling him a woman beater. That was the campaign they was running off of. He was like, "You a
Yeah.
woman beater, woman beater." Because Floyd got hit
Yeah,
with
but if
that
I'm not mistaken,
domestic.
that was a big payday for, for
So,
Floyd.
who else he made money off of? Shane Mosley. I mean, he did his thing, bro. He did his thing, bro. He earned some bread for sure, man. I mean, I hope we don't see him on ESPN broke. That 30 for 30, you know? So, you know, hopefully investing right instead of that 7 Royals versus or something, man. Invest in the community.
Yeah.
Invest in that community or something, bro. You know? Or he start going broke, he might start him a mega church and ask for some money. We'll see. So
Yeah.
it's a ride.
Yeah, there's some crooked pastors out here.
Yeah, man. So,
Why that's why Tip say he don't mess with the church.
yeah, I mean, and for, context, right? Tip was on the pod with Kurt Franklin. He's been having a lot of guests on there, man. So shout out to that because it's been an interesting conversation. But yeah, Tip said he just ain't messing with the church. You know what I'm saying? He got God in him. He can read the Bible. That's it. Because the church is crooked. He used the analogy, which is true. When Jesus walked in the church and he saw people, wilding out, stealing, all of that, flipping tables, right?
Mhm.
And
My
I
question
guess,
is how does Tip know that Jesus was flipping tables? I mean, it's not a trick question, it's in the Bible, you
yeah,
know what
it's
I'm
in the
saying?
Bible. And it's
But
also they
my thing
recreated
is,
it.
did he just read that or did he learn that in church? You know, I know they didn't address that,
Oh.
you know what I'm saying? But because my thought about that is, yes, there's definitely a lot of crooked pastors out there. We know that. But to me, that doesn't negate the importance of the institution. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to use somewhat of a secular example
Mhm.
that we could probably all relate to. You know, college. You know, I would say that we would agree that having a college degree is beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Is it the end all be all? No. Can you be successful without going to college? Yes. Are you more likely to be successful with a degree than not? Yes. Statistically, it's I mean, people with a bachelor's degree, earn, a significant amount more than your typical person with a high school diploma. The person with a doctor's degree generally earns more than somebody with a bachelor's degree, and so on and so forth. So bringing it back to the church, and also to stick to school, there's some BS schools out there, right? There's some professors that prey on the freshman girls. There's some professors that abuse their power, things like that. But you don't really see people saying just don't go to school. You know what I'm saying? Like in mass, you're not really seeing that. So my point is, to the TIs and the people out there, find a church that works for you. It's just like college. There's a bunch of colleges out there. There's technical colleges, 2-year schools, 4-year schools, law school. There's so many higher education institutions. They're not all for you. There are some that are scams. Trump University, right? But it doesn't mean that everyone is a scam. Find a church that works for you. Find a pastor that speaks your language, that speaks to you, that speaks to your soul, and commit to it. Now if you can get there without going to church, great. But in my opinion, that is a low percentage shot.
'Cause you gotta be able to walk with and find like-minded individuals, man, who are walking that right way, and that way, when you may feel astray, they can help you along back on that right path.
Exactly, because
So
it's hard to find Jesus in a trap, bro. I mean, it's just
yeah.
not to say it can't
He
happen.
there though. But
Yeah, I mean, he's there, but you might not find him.
yep.
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, when you're talking about spirituality, you have to look, so to
Mhm.
speak. You know what I mean? Even if it's right in front of your face, something can look at you in the face and you not even recognize it. And so that's what I'm saying. Like again, shout out to Ti, and I don't doubt his journey is legit. Who am I to question that? That's between him and his savior. But I don't know. I think just like you said, like-minded, plus like-mindedness as well. Just like you said, T. How many like-minded, God-fearing individuals was Ti around? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I don't know, but it's the streets. You know what I mean? The streets. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
my that's
bro.
my soapbox, I guess.
Nah, bro, you preaching. All pun intended. Like, for sure. Man, but what you thinking, Rod?
Different ways to look at it. Uh, do I think you need church to elevate your mind and understand the Bible? I don't think it's needed. Um, I think it helps for sure, but there are a lot of crooked people out there that mismanage the church more than probably some would think, right? And power is power. We just seen what happened with power at the University of Michigan. So power is
Mm,
power. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And not everybody that's anointed to be in that position uses that power in the right way, I'll say. You know what I mean? So I think it's all about what works for you. Like I will never tell anybody that they need church to be able to walk a spiritual path or have a close relationship with God, because there's a lot of people in the church that don't. You know what I mean? So um, like it's each individual to me. Like if that works for you and you have that connection and you can understand what you're reading and all of that, cool. You know what I mean? Like that's cool. But if you do need help, if you do need like understanding and direction, I think that's where the church can help, because, pastors are ordained to present the message in a certain way. And hopefully if they're good, they can make it applicable. Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I think
Yeah.
that's the main purpose I think you get out of that. Plus, like you guys said, being able to fellowship and hopefully build those relationships with people that has gone through the journey, will go through the journey, or walking through the journey with you. You know what I mean? So that's the benefit of it, but I can see both sides of it.
Yeah. I don't think you like to point, like he just sound and it seems like because he didn't use those words, so Imma just say it seems like and how I interpret it, like he just cut the church off, period. It's like, "I got a Bible, I'm good, cut it off."
That's how I
And
interpreted it.
and so that's where I kinda, like, disagree, like, you know what I'm saying? DC said this a few weeks back when the whole world, right, needed food, needed these things, right? And there was fraud, waste, and abuses everywhere, to quote DC. Everywhere.
Mhm.
And so you're gonna find you just said it too, right? You're gonna find folks who aren't or really ordained to be in that position because they're seeking it just for themselves, the individual. But I would say don't let that, change your heart because now, like you're walking in DC, you just said it. You don't. It could be right in front of you. You don't even know it. So you could be walking by some things where you could be a blessing to that church. Like,
Yeah.
not that one bad one, but the next one you could be a blessing to that church. So you're removing yourself from something, man. It's kinda crazy, bro, because, um, church I went to, the pastor was just talking about this, bro. Talking about receiving and releasing. And so you can't receive more things until you release the other stuff that you got on your heart and on your mind. So when he said that, he was like, "Bro, like, I ain't mess with this because this is happening, this and this, and I seen it." Cool. I mean, not cool, but I understand, bro. I get it. I billion% get it. But now you're walking past these next areas, and then you could be a blessing to walking through that door, bro, and they need you. Because a lot of people always say, "Man, well, I'm going to church. What can the church give me? What can it give me? Give me." And the pastor's like, "But what can you add, though?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It gotta go both ways, bro. And that's in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving my life to wash your sins so you can live the perfect life. So I'm trying to give you a leg up. So you can give yourself a leg up. So it's the same thing, man. Like, so I look at it like that, bro. Just don't ignore everybody because it's almost in a sense that you are, where another church can need you, another individual or individuals you can help affect, bro. Cause T.I. got a life. You know what I'm saying? That it's a crazy journey. You know what I'm saying? He been through some stuff. So what if that next church he can walk through somebody who might be going through the similar situations, and he can help and lean on. So that's all I say. Just don't rule it all out. So just don't put it in a black box.
I didn't interpret it as he was saying all churches are bad. I just interpreted it as he's saying church is not for him, which there's a lot of people like that, right? Um,
Mhm.
Heck, I went through a phase like that at some point in life that I was like, I don't know about church, because when you get burned or have people that's judging you for stuff, like, let's be real, the black church is not always the most welcoming place on earth at times.
Yeah.
So, like, there's a lot of people that get shut off by it, and I can't condemn them for thinking the way they think or moving the way they move, especially when if they feel like they were already giving back and sharing their experiences and doing godly work. And if that's how they feel and that's how they move and that's how they feel and that's how they moving, so you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
can focus on me and try to get better.
I mean,
Yeah.
for sure. But Rod, you said you got turned off of it, but you started going back. So you see what I'm saying? You didn't just shut the valve off. And that's how I interpret it from Tip. Like he just shut the valve off. I'm like, this is what it is, bro. And I've been like this for years now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he can't cut that valve back on. But I'm just, just only from the interview that we saw, it's like you just shut it off, bro.
Yeah. And also I just think that like when it comes to spirituality, it truly is a matter of life and death.
Hmm.
And the issue is you don't know until it's too late, one way or the other. You know what I mean? Like I made the parallel between church and education, right? Well, somebody can drop out of high school and maybe be 30, 35 years old and look back and said, you know what? I should have got my diploma. I should have done this, da 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 da. But you know what? Maybe it's not too late. I can turn around and get my GED, da 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 da, and do that. But when it comes to your soul, and we're talking about your soul in the Christian sense, it's it's not, you kind of don't have the true answer, like tangible true answer, until your heart stops beating. And so there's no going back per se. I mean, some people get a second chance, but most of us don't. You know what I mean? And I think that is what, like, I think that what makes this topic so polarizing. You know what I mean? Because, like, certainly there are people who say, "Oh, screw, bump school. Who cares? I'm not going to go to school." And I would think most people would say, "Yeah, I hear you," but most people, I think, say, school might not be for everybody, but it's great for most people. I think that's the general consensus. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because we can see there's tangible evidence of what happens when you're uneducated. You know what I mean? Like, our prisons are filled with uneducated men. Unfortunately, there's no there's no census for heaven and hell.
That
You know what I
part, bro.
mean? There's no spreadsheet. There's no, everything is testimonial. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody slips into a coma and they come back and they tell you what they seen, there's no way to verify, scientifically, whether or not they really saw angels or not, or they really saw demons or not, and things like that. And I think because it's so personal, it becomes difficult to tell somebody one way or the other. Like, it's almost like if someone's got their mind made up, they've got their mind made up unless something undeniable to them compels them to make a decision one way or the other. And because
That's
I've
true.
had it.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I've had it.
Well, yeah. Well, I don't
Same.
necessarily believe that you have to go to church in order to live a spiritual lifestyle. You know what I mean? Like,
No, you don't.
I don't. I think sometimes that's what a lot of Christians lead you to believe, is that without church you can't have a connection, or you can't have um, understanding, or God can't talk to you. There's a false narrative that church gives you that. Church doesn't give you that at all, in
People,
my
bro.
opinion.
It's the people.
It's not even the people to me.
Mm,
No?
not the
No,
people.
Yeah,
no,
because literally right now,
it's
and they
not.
say
It's
it when
not the
you're
people.
discussing religion, worship, and the Lord right now. This is right now. This segment of the podcast is church, bro.
But it's
No.
still, it's not the people. Like, yeah, you fellowship in church, but I don't think the people give you that, because you can be one way in front of people and another way at
Mm.
home. Like, that's how many times have we seen it, or have done it, been the perfect Christian for that hour and a half that you in church, emotional, crying, all that stuff, and then Monday you like, man,
Playing future.
mother F this, mother F
Playing
that,
future.
going off on somebody, you know what I mean?
I
So
feel attacked.
Somebody, yeah.
so I mean, we've all done it.
Hey,
Should
yo,
we
yep.
still curse
Yep.
on here, you know what I mean? So
Nope.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's
man, call it out, bro. You were right.
it's yeah, I don't believe that the church is who shapes you to have that relationship with God. What I think the church is, and my pastor used to say this back in Detroit, it's a hospital for the sick, man. So it
Yeah.
helps you build those connections. It helps you get around individuals that may be going through similar like practices, or similar like
Yeah,
walks and
yeah,
journeys.
yeah.
Hmm.
But all in all, you still have to face that walk you have with God solo. Like, that's a
We all
one
do.
man
To
mission.
what DC said, your heart stop is just you.
So
You're
yeah,
right.
so
And
if some
and the
people's,
irony.
I
Oh,
was
go
gonna say,
ahead. Go ahead.
some people can master that without being in the church. Some people, man, there's people out here that can spit the Bible and understand the Bible better than 99% of pastors, man, and
Mhm.
they don't step in a foot in the church probably ever. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of them are incarcerated, unfortunately, too, or have been incarcerated,
Yeah.
Hmm.
where that's all they have is one-on-one time with God, or you doing something else. So I think when you put that into perspective, I can see why someone would say, I don't necessarily need the church. Can it be a valuable tool to helping your journey? 100%. But I don't think it's like necessity that you must be involved in it to uh, reap the benefits of having a close relationship and being able to hear God. But it definitely can be a tool towards that. And again, it helps you sow back into hopefully the kingdom. But there's other ways you can sow into the kingdom as well. So it's
Yeah.
all it's all situational, I will say.
It definitely is. I'll say that something I found somewhat ironic is what you said that your pastor said. I actually heard that. I think my pastor said the same, that the hospital, the church is like a hospital,
Hmm.
and I think that's a profound analogy. And the way I say it's ironic. It's like, okay, the pastor said that, but then at the same time, it's like, hey, the pastor said this, but you don't need to necessarily go. You know what I mean? But that
Hmm.
message you got from the pastor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, the
So,
Bible is
and
very
this is not at
contradictory too.
rod. We just
No.
potting.
Yeah.
Well, no, the Bible is very contradictory for those of us who know it. Like I have a loving God, but I also have a jealous, angry God. You know what I mean? There's a lot of contradictions within the Bible that it don't really make sense when you think about it. But ultimately, um, you know what? I'll save that for another day because this would get too deep. But yeah, yeah, it's.
We got to get a pastor on the show. We got to have him sit down and chop it up with us.
I don't know.
I
Well,
don't know about that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I was like,
Yeah, man.
hold on.
I know somebody. I know somebody, man. That's down to earth, bro. You know him too. You know him too, man. I'm thinking about Spoon, bro. You know what I'm saying? He can have those real conversations, bro, and keep it thorough. And so he's the one that crossed my mind when I said that.
Yeah,
So,
and what's funny is I feel like in a way this kind of parallels another thing that's been happening. Y'all know 21 just dropped the album.
mhm.
What happened to the streets? And we all know what's been all year has been Gunna and Thug and snitching and Ricos and
Bang and
loyalty to the streets and codes and blah blah
trapping,
blah.
all that.
Trapping and 21, put out a tweet, F the streets. And well, before he did that, he rattled off a series of tweets airing out a lot of dirty laundry. You know what I'm saying? Talk about how he tried to get the Migos back together. Well, the two brothers,
Quavo
or
and
Quavo
Offset.
and yeah, there we
Offset.
go. He reached out to QCP and yeah, Gunna, Thug, and all this, that, and the third. He put a lot of stuff on Front Street, Future, and then he said "F the street." So it's almost like a cleansing, so to speak, right?
Mm.
And what's crazy is they've gotten a lot of mixed reactions. Like I took it as overwhelmingly positive. That's the way I saw it. But a few
D1 was
people,
excited.
who's that? Yeah,
D1.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
D1.
D1 breaks. Yeah,
Hey, man, D1, you listen
the
to the show,
righteous
pull up.
ratchet,
You know what I'm
huh?
saying? If D1 listen to the show, pull up.
Yeah, yeah, the righteous ratchet.
Pull up.
But another person who kind of hated that message was Boosie. Boosie
Yeah,
came. He was
Boosie.
like, "How you gonna
Well,
say F the streets?" Da, da, da,
Boosie
da.
is a street dude, though. You know what I mean? To the core.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I feel 21 because, granted, yes, we know the kind of music he makes. I listen to his music. I listened to his last album. I like it. I think we did the Get Left, Get Right thing. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. So it's definitely a get right for me. Now that maybe a week or so has passed. But with that being said, there's definitely some contradiction. You know what I'm saying? He talks about a lot of street shit on the album. He does kind of denounce it in a way, but he also glorifies it too.
Yeah.
And the way that I see it, to kind of bring it back to the theology, man, is and what Rob was saying about the Bible and contradiction is, to me, that's just life, bro. Like I walk with God. I also cuss a lot. I also drink and smoke sometimes. Sometimes I just don't do right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm human. I'm flawed. I'm a hypocrite sometimes. You know what I mean? I
For
might
sure.
wave my finger at somebody for something I'm gonna do next week. You know,
Mm.
but I still feel righteous in my path because I'm not perfect. I don't have to be perfect to
That's
walk with
why.
God.
Well, that's why he died on the cross, bro. So you
Yeah, that was
can
for your
do that.
sins.
That's it.
For your
That's
forgiveness,
it.
bro. Yeah,
And so
yeah,
to
yeah,
bring
yeah.
it back to the secular world of 21, I personally don't see anything wrong with making art because we're going to call hip hop art. We're going to call, and granted, he never put any message. But if we're gonna call Let God Sort 'Em Out, like the album is called Let God Sort 'Em Out, the Clips, and it's like arguably gonna be album of the year, at least for hip hop. If we're gonna be cool with that, why are we mad at 21 for saying F the streets when he might be making entertaining music? But I've seen 21 live. He came to Charlotte, the PNC, the outdoor joint, and almost everybody out there didn't look like us. You know what I mean? And nobody was getting shot. There was no fights. There was no violence whatsoever. It was a peaceful concert. While he's talking about shooting and
Not being
stabbing
peaceful.
and all this, but it was
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it
yeah.
was a
well,
great time.
well. I think, and I mean, I have no dog in the fight, so I can say easily, like, hey, you know what? That's good for you, brother. Growing up, you're trying to make amends. You're trying to do the right thing. I can
That's
say
why I see
that,
it.
but I can also see somebody that's from the streets, that lived in the streets, and that will always carry that street code, being upset. Like, man, what are you talking about? You came from this. You know what I mean? I can see, because, like you said, Boosie was one of those guys who took offense to it. Um, Glasses Malone went crazy because
Yeah,
he's been an advocate person about calling Gunner what Gunner is. Like,
yeah,
if we gonna call 6ix9ine a rat, he's a rat. He's a rat. He's
He a
and
rat
they,
too.
you know what I mean?
yeah,
He
Yeah.
stuck to that. So I think what hurt him the most is that he looked at 21 as a street dude and stuck by the code, but now you're trying to accept a rat into, like, still call him a rat. Like, he's a rat. We're not going to accept that. So I can understand, like, somebody that's their lifestyle and that's all they know. They'll be upset with it. That ain't my lifestyle. So I can be like, hell yeah, F the streets, though. Like, it ain't for me. It never was for me. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So
But I'll say this though, the Boosie ain't about that life either anymore. Anymore. Like Boosie's a
yeah,
multimillionaire. This man has a
yeah.
compound. He's on DJ Vlad. I've seen it on all the time. It's got a fishing pond. Bro, you're out there. He left Baton Rouge because it was too ratchet.
He still has a street mentality when it comes to holding up the code of the streets. Like, that code goes deep, bro. And again, you and I will not understand it because we're not of that cloth. Like,
Mm.
I'm from the hood, but I wasn't out here moving weight and, fearing for my life every day. So it's a different outlook for me. Like, I can always say, yeah, that street life ain't for me, bro. Like, when I'm seeing people getting shot at every day, and what I mean, the house next door to me getting drive-bys and all type of craziness going on, people getting beat with baseball bats. I saw it at an early age. I don't know if I want to do this street life. I would rather be all right over here. And luckily we have people to kind of, push you away from that too. But for some people, that's all they know. You know what I mean? And even if I'm the breadwinner and I made it out, still everybody I know that I'm probably still associated with is probably got a hand in that street life, and I'm trying to uphold them and uphold that code. So I could I could see their point of view. Again, I look at it as growth. At some point, you should say F the streets. I believe Jay has said it at
I
some
was just
point.
about to bring
You
that
know what
up,
I mean?
bro. I was just about to bring Hove up, bro. He's a perfect
Like,
example.
was it a blatant tweet? I will say the only
No.
thing I don't particularly like about any of that, and I think I've said this before, like, you couldn't just call them. Like, why does everything have to be a social media post or a tweet? You know what I mean? It almost seemed like um disingenuous when you're doing it as a public tweet. If these
Because
are supposed to be people close to you,
you know
you know
what
what I
people gonna say, and you
mean?
know how people gonna react, and this is the social media life of celebrity, right? We seeing
Yeah.
it all the
But
time. And Rod, this not the first time you said that, bro. Why didn't
I'm
you
not
call me, right? Remember we talked about this last year with Kanye when he went off and started sharing text messages and all that. He was like, bro, pick up the phone, bro. If it's
I'm
that
not an
that
air out on
serious,
social media type of person. I'd
right?
rather holler at you. Like, we
Exactly.
gonna holler, bro. Like,
Yeah.
but that's the only thing that I would be like, that's not my style, but I'm not mad at him for speaking his mind. It just seemed like he trying to bring Atlanta back together so they can hopefully have another run. That's what it looks like to me.
That's what it looked like to me
I didn't even
too.
look at it that way. I looked at it as growth. Like, okay, finally he growing up, and I'm not saying finally it took you long enough. just for me, it's like, bro, you growing up, bro. Finally, like you seeing something different, bro. You hitting a different plateau in your life and all these things, bro.
Well,
Good for
Well,
Savage
you.
been on this for
DC
years though, for what it's worth.
yeah, I was about to say, well,
This didn't
DC
just
may
happen.
have better insight because he's a avid listener.
Yeah.
He follows them and he listened to a 3-hour interview, so maybe he said some things in there too.
Yeah.
So,
Nah,
yeah.
honestly, because I did. I mean, right, because I did watch the whole 3-hour interview with Bank from Bank TV. And I will say Savage is a lot smarter than I think people give him credit
Extremely.
for. Um he's one of those rappers I think he's never gonna go broke. You know what I'm saying? He stacks his money or whatnot. And he's somebody who doesn't really follow first week sales.
The England side of him, bro.
Bloody hell, mate.
Yeah, bruh out there getting that stacking that money up.
Yeah. But nah, man, the dude is smart, bro. Like, and during the interview with Bank, and he talked about how he grew up. He actually had disdain for the streets. His thing was like, man, I turned to the streets because we were just dirt poor. And um we were 5 kids to a bed, and just living bad. And so he just got tired, and there was no guidance either, you know what I'm saying? So your mom trying to make it happen, and that never works, unfortunately, single parents. So um he went to the streets because he was missing something at home, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not like he just loved it. um it's just that he went to the streets, and he never really looked back. He never apologized for it, but he never really glorified it. It was just, this is kinda what I was thrust into. Like, he coulda went the square route, but he just didn't for whatever reason, lack of guidance. And, and here we are. But he's been saying F the streets for a long time, bro. Like, he's been in interviews. He says it, he said it in the Big Bank interview, but he said in the past interviews that he doesn't really go out. Like, he might rap about this, that, and the third. He said he don't go out. He says the only time he really goes out is for work. He goes to
Mhm.
shows. He might do, I don't even think he does walkthroughs anymore, but he'll do a show, he'll do a couple of appearances, and he's back in the house. He don't even like being out around a lot of
So
people,
I heard that
around a
from
lot of
Cole.
commotion.
Yeah, I heard that from
Yeah.
Cole when Cole
Yeah,
said
so, like,
he
he's
hung out with
actually
him.
a quiet guy, and the way I look at his music is similar to how I look at Denzel Washington when he played American Gangster, or Denzel Washington when he played, on Training Day. It's just entertainment. You know what I mean? And it's partly real because he's drawing from some things that he's seen or experienced or even witnessed or maybe even took part of. But I listen to it knowing that it's just entertainment, um, that that he's not doing right now, and I don't think he's necessarily advocating for people to do. But at the same time, it is hypocritical, and that's that dichotomy, that when we talk about the whole spirituality thing. But overall, I think he's a real smart dude, and I like it. As far as him going public and not keeping it private, from my understanding, he did do everything private, but then he just aired it out after the fact. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of Future, because he did tweet or whatever the Future said, "Sorry, brother, I should have called you first." And then Future said,
So
"Yo,
what
it's all
Rod
good."
said.
Yeah, and then Future
Oh,
said, "It's all good," and they screenshotted themselves FaceTiming each other. So, allegedly, they had a little issue. I'm about to get messy. Allegedly, the issue is because Future smashed Lotto in the back of a car. You know what I'm saying? And he made a song about it on Brazier on his, last mixtape last year. Um, Again, that could be a reach. The internet going internet. I went down that rabbit hole.
yep.
But it kinda makes sense because it's Future, bro. Future smashing everybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I doubt that's real because I just have a hard time seeing 21 being cool after that. Because from my understanding, 21 Lotto are, like, really, like, really, really locked in, you know what I mean? As
Hey
in a
man, we can't
couple.
judge. We can't judge, bro. So it is
I
what it
didn't even know
is.
they were a couple.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
I'm
It's
not
out
that
there.
tapped
Yeah.
in.
But I mean, maybe like I said, it's a year ago though, and so like, I don't know. Like that's between them.
Yeah, it has
That's
been a
all I
year
can
now.
say,
Yeah,
bro.
because that mixtape was actually over a year ago at this
You
point,
know what I'm saying?
technically.
And they could have been
Yeah.
like just kicking it, and then she was still kind of like, well, I'm still gonna be out here a little bit because it ain't really that serious, and he probably thought it was serious or whatever. So again, speculation here, but it was over a year ago, bro. But future gon' future, future gon' future.
Future the GOAT.
That's all I'm gonna say. He gonna
The
future,
GOAT of
bro.
Atlanta. Not just the overall GOAT.
So, but
I might put him over 3 Stacks.
don't do that.
Not in terms of lyrics. Not in terms of lyrics, but he's had a longer run than Stacks.
Yeah, body of work.
Objectively speaking.
Yeah, body of work. Body of work and run.
That can't be
that's
ignored.
fair.
I mean, it's just like how
Yeah.
people put Jay-Z over Biggie. Bro, it ain't Jay-Z's fault Biggie dropped 2 albums. You gonna hold that against him? And I'm not even trying to make light of Biggie. I mean, that's just the reality of it.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, that's fair as a solo artist, yeah. But it's Outkast as a group. It's Outkast. they in the upper room, bro. It's Outkast, but nah, I'm with you, bro. Future, yeah, we've been saying this forever. That man damn near can walk on water, bro, in Atlanta. So
yeah, I think I've seen it. I think I've seen him walk on water. He was tiptoeing, tiptoe.
and some Louis,
Which he said that on Brazier, by the way.
and some Louis flip flops, huh?
Gucci flip flops.
Yeah, Gucci flip flops.
Gotta be
guess,
Gucci,
bro.
Yeah, you can't walk on water. It has to be. I mean, it's something about like I guess the fabric or the material that increases the buoyancy of the flip flop, so he can walk on water. It's scientifically proven. Yeah, you know that. Man, ask ChatGPT, man. It's real. Don't ask ChatGPT. Just take my word for it. Y'all take Trump's word for it. Take my word for it.
Hey, yo.
I saw this AI video not too long ago when they were at the Olympics and Jesus was at the Olympics and they were swimming.
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, everybody was swimming. You know, he was in his little lane or whatever to swim, and he just took off running across the water while everybody else is swimming. It's crazy. I'm like, AI is ridiculous, bro.
Hey, man.
Jesus would have found that funny though. I'm like,
I
that's
mean,
crazy.
he gave us humor too, dog. But he put that in us, though. But that's hilarious. That is hilarious, though. Because I can picture it, bro. Never seen it. I can picture it, bro. Man just took off,
Yeah,
bro.
right, exactly. Now, here's my thing. Here's what I need to know, though. Jesus walking on water, was he white or black?
It was white Jesus. Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Black Jesus would have been more real because 1, there's already the stigma that black folks can't swim, so why not just run across the water? 2, black folks are faster than white folks. Like, this joke writes itself. Somebody missed it. Somebody missed the mark.
Somebody missed it. I remember that show called what's it called? Black Jesus?
Yes, it
Black
was,
Jesus,
bro.
yeah.
It was on Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, that was a funny show, bro. I enjoyed that show.
Yeah,
I
that
watched
show
it,
was
bro.
dope.
That was, you know, the next best thing we got since, you know, Boondocks.
And you know what's crazy
On
though
Adult Swim.
about Black Jesus is I honestly kind of see Jesus that way. Like if Jesus were to come, I feel like he would be something like that because again, to Rod's point, a lot of people don't read the Bible, but Jesus wasn't like I mean, he was holier than thou, but he was flipping tables. He was talking crazy to people. You know what I mean? Like he was not talking crazy, but he would go off on people like on the false
Well, let you
prophets
know.
and things like that.
When Peter,
But
bro.
and
When Peter,
and the
he's like,
thing
bro, you
is,
ain't got no faith. I told you to get out the boat.
Right.
Bro, you ain't got no faith, bro.
It's
What
just
you
that
want?
however
Yeah.
it was written to me like a poem, but and this is all about interpretation, I feel like he would speak the language of the people because I actually had something of a come to Jesus moment over 20 years ago where I received a message from somebody who I would have never thought would know anything about a Bible. You know what I'm saying? And I know we tight on time, but I just trust me. The dude was, when I say in the streets, it was a person that was in the streets that dang near told me the whole Bible like over the course of maybe 6 hours one night. You know what I'm saying? It was powerful. It was wild, but he spoke in my language. You know what I'm saying? He was dropping as he was speaking, he was dropping N bombs, he was dropping F bombs, but it made sense. And so to bring it back to Jesus and Black Jesus TV show, I don't know if he may be quite as ratchet as Black Jesus, but I would think that he would probably talk something like that for real. Because you got to figure, man, Jesus chills with the thugs. You know what I'm saying? The people that's in his camp, they was the criminals. They was the shun. They was the
Yeah.
poor
Sure.
ones.
Pharisees, all of that.
Yeah, he wasn't hanging
All
out
of
with the
that.
well-to-do and the people with silver spoons born in their mouth and da da da. He was with the ones that made a few mistakes. You know what I'm saying? He was outside with it, bro. He was off the porch. And so that Black
So,
Jesus thing, although we
so
know is comedy, I honestly feel there's a lot of truth in there. There's truth in comedy, truth in humor, right?
Hmm? You say you say art imitate life. So and you I always wonder right now as I'm older, right, and I get deeper into stuff, bro. Like especially when people make like we talked about sinners, the interpolation, right, and that scene with music, right. What's your thought
Mhm.
process as a writer, bro? How do some of these writers? I'm saying they could have been affected somewhere personal in their life, seeing something come to Jesus moment. To your point, I was like, oh, I gotta put this in here, and like we gotta write this in here. We gotta figure out how to put this in this scene. So I believe in that.
Yeah, no, that's real, bro. It's real, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So
that's why I don't have no problem. That's why like I'm a God-fearing man, but I don't really have much I know I'm not perfect. Y'all see me, y'all hear me on the pod. Y'all know me, people.
but hey,
But
bro, none
I
of
don't
us
have
here
to be
are, bro.
perfect,
None
man.
of us here are, bro.
Yeah, I don't have to be perfect. I don't apologize for not being perfect, bro. Shit.
he's a God Junior. None of us are God Junior, bro. Like none of us have the name Jesus of Nazareth, so that's the
That's right.
only quote unquote perfect person to walk this earth.
Yeah, bro.
Adam was perfect until
Here we
he
go.
got some of that poontang.
He about to go. He about to go on there. He about to go on there. Remember that
We
his
already know.
last soapbox moment.
Hmm.
Snakes can't talk, bro. Why you gonna listen to a snake?
Right. We talk about the church and whatnot. You know how when you think about Adam and Eve biting from eating from the fruit of the tree, people always assume it's an apple, but the Bible says nothing about an apple tree. But yet, when you like look at images and whatnot, it's a naked white guy and a naked white woman sharing an apple. But they don't say nothing about no apples. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean by like just
Well,
check your pastor.
there's I don't know. The human mind is the only one that has discernment. Like animals do animal stuff. A lion is gonna do what a lion does. A sheep is gonna sheep. Whales are gonna like
They gonna wail.
do whatever they do, bro.
Well, yeah,
Exactly. So we the only ones that have freedom of choice and discernment, man, which is cool,
That's
but
facts.
it's also scary in a sense. You know what I mean? Because I'm a very curious person, as you probably all know. That's why I'm so random with stuff because my mind is always going. But man, I have a laundry list of questions that I would love to ask God whenever we meet. You know what I mean? And hopefully, he just answer them before I even ask him because I'm for sure like, hey, so I got a list. So these dinosaurs, what was that about? You know what I mean? So that would be one thing.
That's one.
Right, that'd be one thing. But I
I
would
got an answer
love.
for that. I got an answer if y'all wanna of what I was told. But
Well,
go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
I would love to know like how much of the Bible is interpretation and evolutions of stories over the years versus factual things that occurred and what was left out. Like what was
Yeah.
taken out.
Well, yeah.
That's
Because 33 years is missing. Or
yeah,
like not at 33, but maybe
Lord.
20 some odd years is missing from Jesus' life. He goes
Mhm.
kid, and then he's 33 years old next day.
Mhm. So that would be just a couple that I have. But you say you know about dinosaurs, huh?
So this is what I was told about
Aliens.
dinosaurs.
Aliens.
Is no, not aliens, but but God's concept of time is so unfathomable that whenever the story was either told to the person who wrote it or the person who wrote it just couldn't fathom it. And so a day for God could be a million years for us. You know what I'm saying? So we do know that in the Bible, he created the sky and the earth, and he created
Mhm.
the animals first,
6 days,
and
seven
then
day
man
rest.
last. So the idea is, you know, a day for him might have been 100 million years. So he created earth and animals, and you got dinosaurs and all these different
So we still on
periods
that
of,
same day, huh? We probably
and
still on that same day.
but it's all
That
really
could
the
have been day
same day.
two.
Yeah,
It could've been day 2, like, as long as we know.
So when that
yeah.
day there's probably that one day, I know they say 7 days, but it's probably only really one day, and the day we all perish or the apocalypse or whatever they wanna call it, Revelations, the day that happens, is that the end of the day? So it's like almost like Friday, you know what I mean, or next Friday or the Friday after next. It's just one day though, but it's just one day in his time.
So one day in his time, the way
Yeah,
that it was told to me is, yeah, that so the revelation won't be just one grand um thing like bam, the horns go off and all of a sudden everything is messed up. It would be a gradual thing because a day to us is it's like flies, like fruit flies. They say flies like live like 48 hours and they die. Like the average lifespan of a fruit fly. Well, to a fruit fly, that 48 hours is a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? You know how much stuff that fruit fly has gone through. You know what I'm saying? Like, jumping on piles of shit, people trying to swat them, spiders trying to eat them, you trying to get a little fly pussy here and there,
Hey,
all in the span
no.
of 48 hours.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo.
All in the span of 48 hours. And for us, it's just 2 days. And what's 2 days to us? And you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And if we swat a fly, it's nothing. Bro,
yeah.
we killed somebody's dad, somebody's homeboy. He might have been on his way with a bag. You know what I'm saying? Kids starving in the larva, now they struggling without them. You know what I
That's
mean?
facts
Like,
though.
but
Hey,
for
what are you
us,
talking, though?
we step on an ant or a fly, we don't even think about it. I might have crushed an ant walking into the office, and I don't even know. I got ant guts in the bottom of my shoe, and that's somebody's legacy. You know what I'm saying? I got an ant's legacy on the bottom of my shoe. I don't even know it. So that's kind of how I look at things, and I look at like, bro, the Bible says that we are built in His image. So I feel like I'm godlike, and the Bible is hypocritical and it's all over the place because maybe that's how God is. You know what I mean? It's just that his understanding of the world is so much greater than ours. And I'll do one last example to make it real. So you got 2D and you got 3D, right? So 2D would be like drawing a picture, you know what I mean, on a piece of paper. And 3D, of course, is three-dimensional. Well, what about 4D? Our minds, our eyes, we can't even perceive 4D. Even though we know the concept and we know that it's real, you can't draw a 4D picture. It's not possible because we don't even operate on that plane. We only operate on a three-dimensional plane, X, Y, and whatever the other one is, I forget.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So or like ultraviolet light, for example. We know bees can see ultraviolet light, but we cannot. You know what I'm saying? So there's colors that exist in the world that our eyes are just not designed to see. Well, the way that I understand God is the same way. So there's certain things like, oh, well, prove this, prove that. Well, I can't prove to you that a four-dimensional object is a real thing, but scientifically, you would believe me because it's in a journal somewhere. So somebody will believe a science journal for some shit that they've never seen before and will never see, but they ain't gonna believe the
Mm,
Bible, which is yet again something never seen before and something they'll never see. And anyway,
speed of light, all of that.
yeah, speed of light. No, nobody know what the speed of light is. It's all theoretical. You know what I mean? Like nobody has ever like turned on a light switch and say, okay, how long did it take to get from the damn ceiling to the floor? Ain't nobody did no shit like that. And if they did, I don't believe it.
Oh, man. Hey, Dr. Tyson, you listen to the show, pull up. Love to see him pull up.
Dr. Tyson, who that?
Yeah, Neil deGrasse, bruh.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Neil.
bro. He's
Yeah,
solid, bro. He's solid.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Neil
saying?
might not like me. I think he's atheist.
You know? I don't
He
know.
might not like me.
I love him to pull up, though. He's an
Yeah,
interesting dude. Some of the clips I see,
he is.
but
He be spitting a lot of time.
he do. He be
hey,
talking that talk.
do y'all interact with atheists? I mean, I know we wrapping up on time, so you don't have to answer that, but
I do. I do.
Do as well.
I do.
It
I mean, it ain't my choice to tell you what to believe
Yeah, I
in,
can't
what not
condemn
to
you, bro.
believe
Like
in.
you DC just said it, bro. We all here with sin, bro. We all doing, you know what I'm saying? I
If
can't
you
I'm not gonna condemn you, man. I will hope I'm gonna still hope them wish the best for you. And that's the part right there. That's the real Christian thing to do. What, DC Raw, same thing. Cause a lot of people just cut people off and just say they're not worth nothing there and quote unquote they are beneath them. But who are you to put somebody beneath you when you ain't even 100% right? You see what I'm saying? And so I would just wish you the best, man. Hope everything, you know what I'm saying? I keep cheering for you and all of that, but I'm not finna say you beneath me and you lesser than.
even what you believe in, like some people will say, um, like, shoot, there's some things we may agree on. Like, hey, man, there's some things in the Bible I just don't understand. Me
Mhm.
either. Me either. I don't understand that either.
Yeah.
Straight up.
yeah,
You know what I'm
But
saying? But you know how it
I
is
just,
yeah,
though. You
yeah,
consider the castaway or thrown away, which is crazy, right? Like when people say, "Oh, I'm holier than this and this and this," but you're quick to cast somebody away though, which is crazy. And DC just said it early. Where Jesus hang out at?
yeah.
Oh, I'm
He's with the
saying,
thugs,
like, so
man.
what you talking about, man? What you
Yep,
really
he's with
on,
the
man?
thugs.
So it's funny.
I I have conflicting feelings about it. So actually, one of my best friends is atheist, and I've been trying to get him to come to the church with me for a very very long time. I don't look down on him. A part of me feels compelled, like maybe I was brought into his life to show
To
him
do that.
the way.
that's
You know what I
what you,
mean?
yep, that's all you
Yup.
do with someone of that thought process is little by little, man. Just
Mhm.
introduce little things.
Yup.
I think
Just be a light.
not
Just be a
not
light, bro.
not
Don't
to
be
cut you
negative.
off, but like the best way, and we talked about the whole hypocritical thing, but the best way to show somebody the way to Christ, God, all of the above is to do it by action. When people
Mm,
see
Bars.
your life change, that's why when you see someone that you know were a filthy animal, in the words of Home Alone, shout out to Kevin McAllister. Uh, well, you know somebody that was a filthy animal growing up, and you can see the evolution of where their life started. Like, let's say they were 21 Savage for a minute, right? And then they turned into Joel Osteen. You know what I mean? But you
For
saw
sure.
the evolution
But you
through where
saying it.
they started to where they are now and how their life has changed, right? That is the I always look at that as the best indication of leading someone to Christ and continuing to invite, like, hey, you know what I mean? If you ever want to come, come on, check it out. Or hey, this is what we're doing. You should come fellowship, you know what I mean? Let's keep that invitation open. But the
Mhm.
best way to really show someone the way is not typically with words. It's usually with actions.
yeah, that's facts. That is facts.
Bars right there, bruh. Bars.
Mhm.
Hey, we kinda hitting on shoot, man, y'all preaching
Yeah, we deep today.
on this topic.
We ain't gone this deep in a minute, bro.
I mean, but it's always good though, and this is why, what I'm saying, I'm gonna say what it is, bro. This is why this is the Get Right podcast, bro. We ain't ducking nothing. We can have those real talk conversations. We ain't really went this kind of deep since I would say, we actually used our words and our action when we had our old boy earlier this year, Phil. You know what I'm saying? When he felt like God was forsaking him and taking everything away from him. And
Mm,
both of y'all said,
mhm.
well, what about Job, bro? If you kind of feeling like that, bro, you should read
Yeah.
that story about Job if you feeling that way.
There's so many examples in the Bible that you can lean into. And
Yeah.
that's what makes it more realistic for me is that you
Yeah.
can you can see history repeating itself. Like even when you talk about revelations and we have a bunch of shoot, since I was a kid, people that say the end is here or the end is near. Either way. I can see it. You know what I mean? You see things that was written in that book that you just be like, yeah, that's happening. Now, what does the end mean? I don't know. That could be another 100 years, 200 years. I don't know. But whatever it is, we're closer to the end than we are the beginning, I believe. And there's just so many examples in there, right? Like I know when I battle through some things, I just look at Saul and Saul who changed his name to Paul once he became an apostle. But one of the things he said is, I know what I should do, but I find myself doing the things that I should not. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Mhm.
You lean into that, like, dang. Like, how many of us
I
can
mean, it
live
was
through
like,
that
man, I
pace?
ain't, I'm finna quit cursing again, and then you hear DC. No, I'm playing. But it is real though. You like, man, I'm gonna stop cursing, bro. And then you let one out, somebody cut you off in traffic, and then you going
Yeah.
crazy, right? And so you know what I'm saying? We know better, but now that, bro, yeah, it's all, bro. Yeah, he was real, bro. If you kind of look at it, like we all know better, bro. Like you kind of said it, like we're different, bro. We got a discernment. We can think. We got free will, and that's in the Bible. He gave us that free will to do it, bro, and solve it. Like, man, I know I'm supposed to be going down this road, but I'm about to steer this chariot this way. But
Right.
I do know, if I steer this chariot this way, what's gonna happen. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Grace, man.
And
Grace and
whew,
mercy.
man, we all need it. We all need it, bro. You know, and like even for those who don't believe in all that, bro. Like I said, I'm still gonna. I ain't finna be negative, bro. I'm gonna show you love, man. Like you say, bro. It's the actions. I'm still gonna show you that, bro. So you know, like
Yeah. One of the
I ain't
challenges
no
that I
better than you.
have one of the challenges that I've always kind of gone back and forth with internally in terms of associating with an atheist, for example. Because, like I said, one of my best friends is an atheist. Just kicking with him just yesterday, like the whole day. You know what I'm saying? And is imagine. So we all have fathers, right? We all have parents. Imagine like T and Rod. If I invite y'all to my house, and I say, "Yo, T, Rod, that's my dad. Dad, Rod, Dad, T," and y'all say, "Oh, you say that's your dad, but okay. I'll if you say he's your dad, I'll just go along with
That's an
it,
analogy right
if
here.
you that's what you believe, all right, you know. But, but if you come to my house with that, I'm gonna have a hard time. Like, how do I accept you as my homie when you won't even when you would deny my own father? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
and so that's one of the challenges. Now, granted, I haven't like strictly talking about my homeboy. Obviously, I have not cut him off or anything like that. But those are things that really cross my mind. It's like because people say, "Oh, believe what you want to believe," but to me, it's not a belief. Like I don't believe like I'm just talking about the earth right now. I don't
mhm.
believe that James Campbell is my dad. He is my dad. There is no dispute. It's not a belief. It's not a think. I've never gotten a DNA test. I know it. You know what I mean? And so
Well
I
I
go
will
ahead.
wouldn't
say
go, Rod.
to combat that thought process, and I hear you. That makes sense from our human level because that's how
Yeah.
we were brought up to think. But when you go back to that spiritual level, if we're trying to do things more Christ-like, when you think about who Christ was and the things that he endured to get us to the point that we're at, like he was denied, right? Even from the people that stood next to him and seen him walk on water. Like
Yeah.
when he was on the cross, they asked Peter straight up, and he told them before, like, you will
You don't
deny me 3 times, bro. They asked him straight up, do you know that man? Are you with him? Nah, I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just, it's the way that our brains are wired. And I think God understands that. So realistically, that didn't stop Jesus or God from loving the disciples or loving the people even when they were stoning him. Like, crazy to think about. Like, I'm nailed to a cross and getting swords in my side and whipped. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. And I'm still saying, forgive
yeah,
them. They
them.
don't know what they're doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So if we're trying to be more like that, that's the thought process we have to continuously remind us of, is like, even in the midst of death, there was still forgiveness and grace. And that's what we're
Mm,
allowing other people, is continuing to do that grace. Now, it's not easy for sure, because again,
Mhm.
we grow up in society, bro. And like that, we go back to that discernment word, bro. We have that. We have choices. It ain't easy for us. And the older we get in our ways, it definitely continues to be hard. But just going back to that walk, that's where it, you know what I mean? That's where it still becomes hey man, I can hang in the valley. I don't have to do what the villagers do that's in the valley, but I can still hang in the valley and spread this word. You know what I mean? Spread my light.
bruh, you cooking, bro. Rod, you cooking on that answer to DC, bro. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna plate it. This is all Imma do. I'm just gonna plate this dish, bro. Cause DC, to your point, man, shout out your OG, man, your pops. But what if, and Imma to Rod's point, yes. And now to that person where you say, "Well, you gonna deny my dad, but you know who my dad is." He ain't never seen him. What if I never seen your pops? Never seen him, right? But you're
Mhm.
showing me now your actions, though. You are showing me that he's been around.
Mhm.
To where Rod point is, like, I ain't never seen your pops, man, but shoot, man, my pops got me this, bro, or bro, I'm still alive because of this, man. My pops helped me get this business going. You see what I'm saying? I ain't never
Mhm.
seen him, but I know he's around, bro, because he's making these ways for you. So it's your actions, bro. Continue to use your actions to what Rod said, bro. So I just wanted to plate that because Rod, you cooked it. I'm gonna plate it there. So for someone who says like, man, okay, cool, okay, but I ain't never seen him, bro. You seen what's been going on in my life? You seeing? I'm showing it to you, bro. You see what I'm saying? So I would say with that person where you, like I said, you right though. You kind of like that discernment, but use your actions, bro. I'm showing you what my pops is giving me, bro. You see it, and he can't deny that. He can't deny that, bro.
We
He's
can't deny
seeing.
it. He said
He,
your pops didn't give you that. That's what we'll
yeah,
say.
he'll say your pops didn't give you that, but you can't continue to use your actions, bro. Because you can't just quit. Like I said, I don't want to put nobody beneath me or any of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because like we always sin. And so I would say just continue to use your action to show you. And then when that time comes, we all know it. Everybody had that experience, man. If you haven't had it, it will come. You just gotta recognize it. Where something gonna happen, you be like, dang, just my luck. Nah, it wasn't just your luck. It wasn't just your luck, bro. You know what I'm saying? There were some things that moved in place for you. And so I would just say continue to just use your actions and show them, bro. That's my take, man. But yeah, rock cook, bro. I'm just gonna put that plate, give you a fork. That's it, bro. For sure.
Show.
So,
You know what I'm saying, man? Nah, this was dope, bro. As always, man. I love having these conversations, bro. Talking that talk, man, and a few people might listen, man. You want to pull up? You know what I'm saying? Hit us up on IG, Facebook, all that. You know what I'm saying? DMDC, he the trigger man, bro. He love it. You know what
yep,
I'm saying?
here for it.
So
Don't
we
DM
here.
me. Just we can keep it in the comments.
Yeah, we can give in the comments too. Either or. You know what I'm saying? But nah, man. Before we wrap though, I mean, Brad, you gotta top that rebuttal now with a quote. You gotta send us on with a quote, bro.
Just will say, treat each day as your last, bro. That's it, bro.
Man, love live life, bro. For
So that
sure,
means I
man.
should drain my IRA, 401k.
Do it.
YOLO.
Man, for sure, man. But no, as always, man, this was dope, bro. Everybody listening, man, appreciate the love, appreciate the support, appreciate the interaction, all of that, man. Show definitely dropping on the holidays, so happy holidays, man. Happy holidays to y'all
Yeah.
boys too, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta sit down and link up, man. For sure. DC, man, pull up. So pull up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's
But
nothing.
but nah, man, this was fun, man. But as the homie Rod introduced himself with them 3 words, bro, we wrapped the show with 3 words. Cue the music.